So my name is Lawrence, and we will present to you OCCAM, a tool that combines optical character recognition and translation to allow scanned documents within the Europeana library to be made available in multiple languages. But before I go on, I will first give the word to my colleagues.
Textual sources are one of the core sources of research in the humanities. These sources are the records of the past, and increasingly these sources are digitally accessible and made available as images or PDFs. This is great for viewing these materials, but if a researcher needs a full text of a historical newspaper or a manuscript, they will either have to transcribe much of this themselves or develop computational models for their specific document types. And this is a time-consuming task. The OCCAM tool and related project that you will hear about today provides a solution for converting images or PDFs into a usable text format and a machine translation into French, Dutch, or English, or German.
The OCCAM tool has been developed in the project OCCAM, which is funded by the European Union. This OCCAM stands for OCR, Optical Character Recognition, Classification and Machine Translation. Together with an international team from Crosslang in Belgium, the Brno University of Technology in the Czech Republic, and Ghent Centre for Digital Humanities in Belgium as well, we've developed a pipeline to help make this process of making text available for digital humanities research much easier. Now, and my colleague will show you an example of how OCCAM can be used.
So we provide an example here of importing a source from Europeana. This is a selection of a German language newspaper from the German-speaking region of Italy, the Bozener Zeitung, from 1842. So this could be an interesting source for historians or literary scholars studying periodicals to not only make sense of this time period, but perhaps they don't read German themselves. The OCCAM tool provides a quick, relatively accurate OCR and machine translation of this source into full text. Or this could also be a great tool for linguists to put together a historical linguistic corpora of the past. OCCAM again provides a quick solution for gathering historical sources as images, converting them into a full text to export for further linguistic research as well. Next, we'll show you the demo of how this tool works.
So OCCAM is a collaborative effort between Crosslang, Brno University of Technology, and Claria Flanders, co-financed by the European Union. In our project, we integrated optical character recognition, or OCR. So we integrated optical character recognition, image classification, machine translation, and translation machines to support the automated translation of scanned documents. This is a document type that is currently, or that can currently not be processed by the CEF e-translation service. To make it possible to translate a scanned document, an OCR engine will first extract machine-readable text out of the image, after which a translation engine can make it available in the language of choice. OCCAM, what makes OCCAM special is that it has access to a set of OCR and translation engines to make it possible to receive tailored results for every type of document. But to help the user in selecting the best engine, artificial intelligence is used to detect the type of document that is given. And based on the detected document type, the optimal engine will be suggested. This allows for better results without the need for you to find the best settings yourself. These three major components allow the automated translation of our scanned document. So this whole pipeline is integrated into an application, our OCCAM application, where you can upload documents. Next, I will show you a video, a short demonstration of how Europeana items are processed by our application.
As an example, we processed the newspaper Business Item of June 24th, 1881 by our application to make it available in multiple languages. We start a new document and provide the name and give it a description. We upload the scanned newspaper pages that we found on the Europeana website. And in the next step, we select the OCR engine for printed documents and go to the page viewer. To get the machine-readable text, we start the OCR for all the pages and wait for it to finish. Now that the text is extracted, we make it also available in other languages. We can change the language of the overlay and the text view in the top right corner. By converting scanned documents from the digital humanities to a multilingual machine-readable format, we hope to assist researchers and ease access of these wonderful datasets to a broader audience.
So that concludes a small introduction to our OCCAM application. So while we're currently focused on the translation of the transcription, a next step could be to extend this to the translation of the metadata as well. Europeana's metadata is very extensive, so a possible extension would then be for OCCAM to also provide these translations as well. To allow OCCAM to be integrated within your own environment, all source code will be made public at the end of the project, which should be in 1 or 2 months, allowing you to set up your own instance of OCCAM with your collection of engines of choice. In the meantime, a beta version of our application is available to the public at the following link react.staging.occam.crosslang.com, or you can scan the upper right QR code. Within the application, there's a button for you to provide some feedback to help us further improve the OCCAM application. And to help you get started, a tutorial is made available through YouTube. We are looking forward to your feedback and hope that OCCAM allows you to more easily access scanned documents. Thank you, and we are happy to answer your questions.
Thank you, Lawrence. That's a really great introduction to what looks like a tool with huge potential. If anyone has any questions for Lawrence or his colleagues, please do enter them in the chat. And we already have one from Marianne Helema, which she says, nice work. And what was the most difficult part in developing this?
While OCR and translation, all these different components, they do exist. It's less trivial to just put them right next to each other. Coming from OCR, there still do exist, well, there's still some misinterpreted characters. And in order to make it possible for the translation to provide decent results, we had to make sure that the OCR in the first place was of decent quality. And I think that's also still ongoing research, although we're quite happy with our current results.
Thank you, Lawrence. Leah Gomez asks, is this tool exclusive to Europeana items?
No, definitely not. So the link you've shown here, you can, well, you still have to log in through a Google account. This will make sure that your documents, you can just have your personal collection of documents. So yeah, we would be very pleased if everyone could try our application.
Great. And Barbara von Kamp asks, does it already work with handwriting as well?
Yes, yes. So this is something we were very interested in, especially for documents coming from the digital humanities, where we often have handwritten documents. So handwritten, they're next to or a printed OCR engine. We also provide an engine specialized for handwritten text, while it sometimes works.
Just a moment, I will mute somebody. Go ahead, Lawrence. Sorry.
Yes. So while it is a much harder task than printed text, and it's most of the time the results are quite nice. First of all, from the OCR, and then as well for the translation. Although it really depends on the document itself.
Great. I have two questions for you from my colleague Paolo. He asks, is the system using a commercial translation engine, and what are the associated costs for using it? And then secondly, what is the average performance of the system, error rate, for example?
So in terms of the translation engine, we currently have a connection with Ceph eTranslation, for which we have a free service. So there's no cost involved for the translation engine we are using. I don't know for sure if it would be free for everyone to use. However, it would be possible to connect your own translation engine of choice that is free or you have to pay for. In terms of error scores, it really depends. It really depends a lot. It can be even within the same document from page to page. And wait, perhaps I can go back a little bit. Well, just to give a demonstration for newspapers, we did notice that for the large regions of text, the OCR and then also the translation works quite well. But in smaller regions, like for example, the title or here on the left, it does sometimes fail in recognizing these smaller sections. So depending on the kind of application you're working with, it could be that the performance is really great or that it misses some crucial information.
Super, thank you, Lawrence. And one final question, which is actually two questions, one from Ivona, one from Mariana. Are you planning on adding any other languages? Particularly, Ivona is asking about Slavic Cyrillic languages.
I think for now, what we worked on was so English, French, German, Dutch, and Czech. But this definitely could be extended in the future. But for now, we focused on these 5 languages.
Great. Thank you very much, Lawrence. That brings us to 15:45, so the end of the session. We can see in the chat, many questions for you and lots of interest and lots of appreciation for this tool that you have built. So congratulations on that. And thank you very much for your presentation today.